All right. All right. Hi, guys. I'm so sorry about tonight. Look, I have no idea what is happening. Yeah, I'm trying to find a way to, um, actually, bear with me. Um, can you guys hear me? Is it better? No worries. All right. Let me just quickly switch off all my other tabs. So then it's horrible because I can actually hear myself. It's like an echo. Hi, KK Heng, Saravanan, uh, Shaz, Samantha, Kenny Polaris. Yeah, it's one of those things. I apologize for that. Okay. So this is the first time I've streamed live via YouTube, so just bear with me. All right. Yeah. So I think there was some issue with um, I think there was some issue with the upload. I had uploaded it yesterday, but fortunately, it just said that the upload was incomplete, and so I had to re-upload it again. And now it's processing. So I think the video will be available later on tonight. But yeah, the camera is great. Hey, I mean the camera is like $500, so it's not the bloody webcam is not cheap at all. Yes, Kim, you love my shirt. Okay, so this is me. This is Kim. All happy in the rainbow. All happy in the rainbow. Oh no. Look, yeah. So I just decided to do this live stream because was it you KK Hang that suggested me or session that I do the live stream as recompense for the mess up tonight. So um, thank you for your for the patience. Yeah, Kimmy's already at home, and apparently he says he can't hear me because he's outside. There's always excuses. Always excuses. I don't think I do not think that Kim can join in. Um, yeah, I think it's only from one site only. However, this is something that Kim and myself would like to do in the future. So maybe towards the end of the year, we will make sure that we can organize like a live stream or something like that. Yeah. But you know what? Thanks, guys, for kind of just joining us. Yeah. Now, I said this in AMA. You guys can ask me anything, paranormal, otherwise. You can ask me about Kim. You can ask me about Shaz. Shaz likes to be private, but I can tell you some stories, but no, I'm not going to tell you any stories about Shaz because the next time I see her, I'll probably be in trouble. Where's Ducky? Ducky's over here. Hold on. Ducky is over here. Oh my God, Rachel, you have to send T-shirt. You have to send us a picture. I think I bought this at JJ's. You want to see Mrs. JDC? My wife is very camera shy, so there's absolutely no way she'll appear on this. If I force her, I will have to sleep in the car tonight, and it's like 8 degrees right now. What I what, Kim? Okay, Kim, I didn't just grab the ducky. KK Hing asked me, "Where's ducky?" And so I brought this up. You see, sometimes working with certain people is very difficult. You know, they criticize your clothing, they criticize your choice of soft toys. It's just yeah, very very bad, very very bad. So Rachel, you live in Perth in Western Australia. Have you had any paranormal encounters in Perth? Maybe you should send us a Rachel. Are you stalking me, Rachel? Why do you have the same shirt and a ducky in your bed? Oh, you have had a paranormal experience. Oh, okay. I was curious as to why you never contacted us to share. Rachel, Rachel, come on, Rachel. Navin Network. Sorry, there was an issue with the upload of the video, and so it's yeah, it's not going to go ahead live tonight, but later on tonight, I think you'll already be processed, so you should be able to watch the video. Alas, I probably won't be awake. So Rachel goes, yeah, I mentioned to KK Hing about seeing Aboriginal Midnight lights. Okay, funny story, right? So I was speaking to a man from the Western Desert. So he lives in a very small Aboriginal community called um, Warburton, and that's like east of Kalgoorlie near the tri-state border. Now, one thing about the Min Min lights, it was originally called Milmin. Now, what Milmin means is sacred, and then Milmin obviously got kind of anglicized to the term Min Min. So Milmin lights were lights that were seen even prior to the arrival of um, the colonial society to Western Australia. And Aboriginal people will know that whenever they see, like in the older days, whenever they see the light in the hills, they would blow the fire out. Not blow the fire out. So you can't blow a huge raging fire. It doesn't have. They kind of throw sand on the fire, and then after that they would just all go to sleep because they saw the light as a portent of something not very good coming, even though they were sacred. um, he was telling me that the lights were known to sometimes harm people as well. So yeah. So I want to ask, are there UFOs? Well, Western society would say that they're unidentified flying objects because they are known to hover just kind of above the ground or in the sky. But the Aboriginal people don't tend to see them as UFOs per se, like metallic objects that kind of fly around with little green men in there. They see them as spirit beings, so not necessarily kind of aliens or UFOs. Samantha, you see what happens is when you grow old and you have an increase in testosterone in your body, all the hair falls out and all the hair here grows. No, Naveen Ekberg, I cannot grow sideburns. I'm trying to grow like a full head of full beard down here, but it's just not happening. It is just not happening. No, Naveen Network. So I was just this is my like pajamas. I've just come back from work, so yeah. But it's like almost my yeah, it's almost like my uniform. And Naveen Network goes, "Do I believe in the Skinwalker?" Funny that I spoke to Kim and kind of asked him what he thought about my daughter coming on and doing like a small little segment. So I think in the coming weeks, I am going to do a small little maybe 10-minute segment of my daughter, and it's actually going to be about the Skinwalker. Now, the Skinwalker comes from Navajo folklore. right? And it's usually seen as a witch that is able to take on the characteristics of animals and stuff like that. And again, you speak to some people from different tribes, not necessarily Navajo, they will say that it's nothing to do with witches, it's just a spirit. But a really good show, if you kind of like to watch UFO related stuff, Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. I love that show. It is so good. It is your office in the basement of your house. So can you hang in WA? We don't have basements or attics. We just have if you live in a one story kind of like yourself, it's just one story. So there's no bottom. We have roof space at the top, but you have to pay extra money to get that like sorted out so you can have like a small space in there. But no, no basement at all. Yeah. I can't deal with baseless. Now, too much of shit happened in shows like Amityville and Poltergeist. No way. No. So Savannah goes, "What's the local Miss P type of being in Australia, and is there any?" Funnily enough, right, the north of Western Australia has seen a lot of trade, even prior to the arrival of the colonial forces, with the Indonesians because it's kind of quite close to Indonesia, and you know WA itself is quite close to Bali, right, which is a part of Indonesia. And so if you go up to say Gerald, I want to say Geraldton, no, Port Hedland. So you got Port Hedland further north in WA. They actually have stories of the Pontianak there. They actually have stories of a woman in white that haunts like certain parts of that place. I suspect it's come from either the people who have migrated to Western Australia and have come through Port Hedland, like guys from Christmas Island, a lot of them are Malay and Malay Muslims as well, or they've come from Indonesia and they've brought their stuff with them as well. Or if you're a bit of a folklore kind of person, then perhaps it's just the exchange of cultural knowledge between cultures, and suddenly, you know, the idea of the Pontianak makes its way into kind of mainstream. Who knows? All right. Navina, would you believe in backroom? No, I don't, but there's a game out there. And that's another thing that I've been doing, probably not for this channel, because this channel is more about Kim, myself, Shaz, and Christine's kind of our vision for ghost stories. However, in my other channel, which I have my daughter called Odds and Ends, we haven't done a lot of content lately, not for a very long time actually. I will post some kind of like video playing games and stuff like that. One of them is going to be Backrooms, and one of them is another horror-based game. So stay tuned for that. Samantha asks me, "Do I have a favorite horror movie?" Hey, do I have a favorite horror movie? Okay, so I have a thing, right? I don't know. Every time I go into a plane, I have to download to my phone Deliver Us from Evil. The one with what's his name? That Aussie guy, Eric Bana. Yeah, Eric Bana. And I watch that all the time whenever I'm in a plane. So if I fly 3 times a year, I'm watching the show 3 times a year. I really like it. Have you guys watched it? Deliver Us from Evil? Kim, I have no idea how you can come in. So that's going to be interesting. If you have an idea of how you can join me on the stream, um, kinda let me know, and we can do that. But I have absolutely no idea how to do it because I'm old and I don't know how to do things like this anymore. Naveen asks as well if, you know, are we staying in the matrix kind of world? Funnily enough, I was watching a TikTok about this mathematician, I think, that had talked about finding an algorithm when he was doing quantum physics that very much looks like code. And so one of the ideas and the prevailing ideas in philosophy is all as well is that there's some evidence to suggest that we actually live in a computer simulation, which is in a way kind of like the Matrix, right? Where's Kim? Get him to live with you. I'll tell you what, right, Kim, if you can go back and um, find a way to start the stream from your end, I'll hop off this and come and join you. How about that? Okay, so someone goes, the show is premiering. Feel free to kind of go there and watch the show, and I'll stay here until everyone wants to leave. So that's not a problem. And again, guys, I am so sorry for um, making everyone wait. If you are some kind of sicko and what and you're suffering for punishment, you can minimize my screen and put it and put it at the other side of your screen if you're in a computer on a computer, and then have the show running. So the show is meant to start, I think, now in 13 seconds. You guys can just head off there uh, and watch it rather than hear me talk shit this entire session. All right, guys, if you want, head out to Lights Out. The resolution isn't the best because I think it's still kind of like dealing with it, but at least you get to see us there. No worries, guys. You be well. I'm ending the stream, and yeah, I really miss everyone. So hopefully Kim and I can get this started and do a live stream one day. Peace out.